Hey everybody, thought I'd give you another update for the week. Just got in from work, so a little tired, but some good news is I got this today, all the way from across the pond in merry old England. It was very hard to get, so I had to get it from England. But it's well worth it. It's got all the army lists I need to do some pretty cool battle reports. Feudal Europe one is the one I'm interested in. In particular, the early feudal English or Plantagenet armies. I got the later feudal English down here, Welsh, feudal Scots. That's the list of Braveheart and all that. These dudes over here. So yeah, another period I've been thinking about getting into, doing some Braveheart stuff. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's the army list for Simon de Montfort, as well as Henry III, who was the royalist king, or the king at the time. But yeah, it's quite extensive. More extensive than the basic impetus one. So yeah, it's a full book. It's pretty good. It's 47 pages. Standard style of impetus books. Impetus 5 this is. There's a couple other impetus books I want to get. Impetus 2 I want to get that has the Dark Ages stuff in it. I'm thinking of expanding my armies into 25mm. And incidentally, this is this era right here, early feudal England and the Civil War that was fought, the Barons' War, the Second Barons' War. This is like one of the only periods I do in 15mm. I don't know why, but that's what I started it with, and it's what I'm going to continue with. But I think any other periods that I do for Ancients, Middle Age gaming, I'll be using 28s. Just because my eyes are wearing out. So yeah, it's a pretty good book. It's got some tutorials in it, some clarifications, of course. It's got all the samurai armies, all the armies of the Far East, in fact. It's got the Crusades in the north, which is the Teutonic Knights and their enemies. And here's the section for the east, the Mongol Empire and the Far East. It's the samurai and the Chinese and all that. This one here has the Teutonic Orders. Teutonic Order, 1202 to 1400 AD. That's their army list. Very nice. I might do that too. We shall see. But anyway, so now that I got the lists, I can start doing some battle reports for Impetus. Of course, I have a huge army for the period, so it's not an issue. So yeah, if you haven't gotten into Ancients gaming, I highly recommend Impetus. It's a great, easy game to get into. It's not complex. It's very simple, highly realistic. One of its strengths is its mounting system. A unit is represented by a single base, which is pretty big, nice and chunky, got a good feel to it. It's basically the size of, say, 4 DBX bases. I think it's a 15mm size base would be 2 DBX bases wide, 2 DBX bases deep. So that would be 80mm by typically 30 or 40mm deep, as you can see from the picture there. Get some shine there. But yeah, so I'm going to be working on this probably in the next few days. I'll get a battle report up maybe next week, so look forward to that. It's going to be fun. It's a great game. What else am I working on? What else? Another thing I was pretty excited about getting into is Operation Squad. I don't know if a lot of people, YouTubers, know about that game, but it's a really good game. If you want to see some good battle reports on those rules, I think it's Blue Table Painting did a couple battle reports and a complete introduction to the rules. They played a couple games, and it's pretty well done. If you don't know anything about it, Operation Squad is basically a squad level game. It's published by Warlord Games, same people that bring us Bolt Action. except it's really easy to get into, more so than bolt action. You just need a squad and some support things to add to it. It comes complete with a point system, lists, all kinds of goodies. But it's one of the things that I'm going to be doing, and something different for me. But I'm going to do it in 15 millimeter with my Battlefront Flames of War figures, which are nice, chunky, and nice detailed. We'll see how well that turns out with some battle reports. I do have some single mounted figures here, right there, so they're kind of small, but gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. I'm going to mount them on little round bases like this, so I could use them with I've been shot mom and any other sets of rules that I use. But this is what I'm going to be working on. These little guys are complete German squad with all the options. I think there's like 30 some miniatures. I got like 4 different teams of heavy machine gun. I don't know why. I guess I'm painting up a couple extra versions of it. I'm going to mount them differently. Some of them will be on Flames of War bases, some of them individually. I got my squad, sergeant and a corporal, and enough normal guys, riflemen, which I could swap out for guys with assault rifles, the sniper, mortar, MG42 teams, laying down, set up on the tripod, whatever, medic. I got a medic in here. One of these guys will be a medic. Some of these guys are already painted. I don't know, I didn't paint them. There they are. And this is all the American squad. Normal troops, not paratroops or anything, just normal U.S. Army troops. That's a squad with all options. It's not much, is it? I think they got a Browning there on a bipod. Lots of riflemen. There's going to be a medic in there. Tommy guns, grease gun. I don't think I have a guy with a grease gun. Medic. I think there's a mortar team. I think. But I do have Operation Squad, and I'm going to try it out and maybe do some battle reports on it. Well, definitely do some battle reports. And I also have the supplement book for Operation Squad, the vehicles it's called. And it adds tanks, motorcycles, trucks, cars, jeeps, all that stuff. I'm not sure if it has any anti-tank guns, though. I don't know where that would be. Possibly in the third supplement that was just released, which is called Reinforcements, which adds all kinds of new squads and support troop types. So yeah, that's what's going on. So I expect to see this pretty soon. Pretty excited about it. Doesn't take much to get into, so why not? Let's see, what else? Here's something. Here's a wood elf dragon I'm working on. And what I'm doing is I put this together a long time ago, years ago in fact. What I'm going to do with it is I'm going to, I filled in all the gaps, most. Still got this down here. I got to fill in. Primate white, I think, or gray, and I'm going to give it to my niece who loves dragons and loves to paint, so I'm going to let her have it and go at it. It's a nice model. Hard to find this model. It's all metal except the wings, which are plastic. Look at that. That's crazy. Against some Germans, that's not a good situation right there. Yeah, not good. Time to run, folks. So that's what I'm doing. And another thing, you can see my table set up. I just had a game the other night of Blitzkrieg Commander. And I have to say it was a pretty good game. I enjoyed it. I think Tabletop Gamer, you all know him, I'm sure. He turned me on to those rules. I gave him a try, and I'll tell you right now, one of the good things about them is that it lets you play with whatever you have in your collection. The army lists are set up where your formations represent battalions and regiments and even a division, and so the numbers you need for something are pretty small. I mean, I had one recon unit that It was part of a battalion headquarters, and it was just this Greyhound. That's it, just one model. I didn't need like 3 or 4 models or anything, and just boom. I had this spare model laying around, which I got somewhere. I don't remember. Somebody else painted it. It's kind of a bright green. But I was able to use them, so I did, which is pretty cool. So, in other words, you don't really need to be able to play. You don't need to have like a complete unit of 5 tanks, for instance. You could have just 2 or 3 painted up and use them right away. So it's a good introduction to World War II and modern gaming as well. Cold War Commander is the sister game. So yeah, highly recommended. I'm probably going to have another game this week, and I'll post that. And if you haven't seen my previous battle report, I did just this weekend. During the Salute weekend, I did a battle report for Blitzkrieg Commander 2. Germans and US going at it. It was a 2,000 plus point battle, and it was pretty good. It was fun. So check out my videos and watch that video. It's about almost 40 minutes long, but it's pretty fun. It's worth it, my friends. Check it out. Yeah, I'll probably post another video later. I got some terrain things I want to put up and a few questions. Okay, folks, if you have anything you'd like to see for battle reports, let me know, because I'm really in the mood to try out some new games. Anything you want to see, let me know. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, that's my update. Bye-bye.